Thank you. You may be seated.
Justice, my colleague from Legal Aid SA will be leading the next witness.
Very well.
Justice, before we commence with the next witness,
Yes.
I beg leave to raise just two issues. The first is in relation to the meeting that the legal representatives of the parties, including the government, had with regard to the aspect relating to compensation.
Yes.
It was agreed during the meeting that the claimants would submit a statement of claim setting out the claim on behalf of their clients. And it was during that meeting that, like last week, that it was agreed that such statement of claim was supposed to have been filed by yesterday. And I've been informed that there's been correspondence exchanged, which has given an indication that such a statement will not be filed, but it will be filed sometimes next week without an indication of the date. We just want to give an indication that, like, in view of the fact that these proceedings are progressing, it becomes important for our preparation to get that statement of claim. So if we can just get an indication as to when we'll be able to get that statement of claim. It is quite an important aspect of these proceedings relating to compensation, so that, like, we do not wait until the last minute, which will hamper our effort to get that aspect resolved. Then the second issue is that we just want to give an indication that, in light of the urgent application which has been launched by Dr. Selebano, we have made progress with regard to preparation of necessary papers to oppose that application seeking to set aside the subpoena. We consider that witness to be important, and we have taken those steps. And still on that aspect, we have not received any indication from the representatives of the families if they have taken steps also to take part in that urgent application. But our actions are really not dependent upon their involvement, but it would have been prudent if they do take part in those proceedings. Those are the two issues which I just wanted to raise.
Thanks, Counsel. Both are very important. I agree. So we're going to do the usual merry-go-round and try and understand exactly where we are, starting with a statement of claim on compensation.
Thank you, Justice.
On the quantum of the compensation.
On the quantum. And it would merely be setting out the head of damages and the quantum associated with the various heads of damages as we choose to set it out. I must just clarify, I've been instructed by my attorney that an email had been sent to the other parties. It is indeed correct that we met on the 7th of November, the legal representatives for the various teams. At that meeting, the government's lawyers informed us that they would not be making an offer. You will recall, Justice, one of the issues was who's going to go first on this topic of compensation. And we had requested government to make an offer that we could respond to. They confirmed that they would not be doing so. We then said, in that case, we will provide a statement of claim. It is also correct that we meant to do so by yesterday. I'm instructed by my attorney that there was further correspondence between the parties to explain that because of the report by the Ombud and the change in the figures of deaths, the number of deaths, that the actuary has requested to amend his calculation. So it's for that reason that there's a bit of a delay, and an undertaking was made to provide the statement by the middle of next week. So by Wednesday at the latest would be the middle of next week.
And what is that date?
The 29th.
The 29th of November.
Next week, sorry.
29th?
22nd.
The 22nd of November.
Yes.
And that's the new undertaking,
Yes,
timeline-wise.
indeed.
Thank you. On the second
Oh,
issue,
Yes, Justice. I mean, I must take instructions from my clients as to what we should do. It's not, we were not answerable to the government's counsel or the government's legal team as to what we do and how we do it. But I have been informed that and advised that that Section 27 has requested a draft of the government's responding papers so that they could know where to fit in and not to simply repeat anything that's already being said, so not to duplicate anything. And there's been conversations between the attorneys on that. So it's basically, that's where it is. They're waiting to see exactly what the line of argument is from government and how to supplement that. And that's about as much as I can say for now. Should there be a need to intervene, they will do so
sure.
as they deem fit.
Advocate Krause.
Thank you, Justice. From our side, there was no undertaking to deliver a statement of claim. There was, however, an undertaking that a minute will be provided. That minute has not been provided. If we had that minute, that would have been clear from the situation. Our undertaking was that we would want to see these statements of claim as we came in late and see what needs to be done. So there was definitely no undertaking from our side. Insofar,
is there an argument about the duty to begin in relation to compensation? In other words, the extent of the compensation.
Justice, we have not discussed that at the pre-trial meeting.
You have or have not? You have not?
As far as I can remember, we have not discussed that issue. But I suppose that the normal principles will follow. In respect of the second issue,
i.e. claimants ought to set out what their claim is.
Yes, that is so.
But
That would be the normal
and
issue.
I'm asking the question because I'm a bit startled by the fact that you've made no undertaking to do that some time.
We did. We said we will provide that, Justice, but we needed more time than last week, and we wanted to look at a few further issues.
I see. So the issue would be you haven't made an undertaking as to time.
Yes, definitely not.
But there's no debate. Ordinarily, claimants have to show their hand first.
Yes, Justice, I doubt that got no doubt that the normal principles will apply.
Yes.
And that's not the argument that we're making.
Difficult as I understand that. Thank you. You may go to the second.
And the second issue, Justice, we've placed on record before that we don't think that this is an issue to be debated in this forum. We have requested the papers of the state. I can't understand why informal conversation can't be dealt with in this regard. I can't understand why it should be placed before this forum. Those are my suspicions. We're still not prepared to discuss it in this forum.
Very well.
Unless the court, of course, forces us to do so.
No, I have no power to stop any party to place any matter before the arbitrator. Any arbitrator power includes resolving interlocutory questions. It's quite plain by looking at the law between the parties. So if an interlocutory dispute arises, if it is at all, as you know, the parties ought to try and resolve it away from the arbitrator. If it's brought to his or her attention, then the question becomes whether it properly ought to be decided.
Maybe it's premature, Justice.
Yeah, very well. But I hear the point. You're saying you're still talking, and therefore it may be premature to make a decision on the matter.
Yes.
I hear you. Advocate Groenewald.
Thank you, Justice. Justice, in respect of the issue of the claim, we have indicated at the pre-op conference that we would make our submissions subsequent to Section 27 making available their figures for a number of reasons. So that was our undertaking that we gave. Secondly, in respect of the urgent application,
and you accept that you bear the duty to
indeed,
formulate a statement of claim.
Indeed, Sir Justice.
Yeah.
Well, we need to set forth and argue a figure.
Sure.
Indeed, we must do that, and we intend to do so. We don't have any issue in respect of that. In respect of the urgent application, Justice, I share the same sentiments as my colleagues. The long and the
But
short
before
is,
you move from the first point, do you know at this stage within what time would you be able to file yours after Section 27?
Justice,
Given us a date of next week, Wednesday.
yes, Justice, if we can, by latest by Friday, 2 weeks subsequent to receiving their document or their claim, we would be able to formulate and confirm our view and our stance on compensation.
You'd need 2 weeks after.
2 days.
Or
2
2 days.
My apologies,
Thank you, that's
Justice,
better.
it's
2
a long
days.
week. Yeah,
Very
2
well.
days, so Friday.
So that will be the Friday after the Wednesday of Section 27.
Indeed, so, Justice.
Yeah. You can see my obvious sympathy with the need for timelines. The government, the wheels tend to turn slowly.
Indeed,
So if you need money to pay next year, you need to ask for it now.
Indeed, so, Justice.
Yeah,
Indeed, so.
yeah. So it's not like a private entity which could call on its bank and say, I want it. There is a whole process. So I have some sympathy for them being anxious about claims being ballpark figures being set out, and they'll have to be fully debated in argument over time. Who have I left out? Is there anything you want to say about this?
No,
You don't have any claim.
There's nothing to say.
Now that you know your Leonard colleague would have a claim here. And that gets us, and then what about the second part of the matter which was raised by Advocate Utamo?
The second part of the issue, we have prepared a notice on behalf of the third respondent, and the notice is to abide, and it's already with the state attorneys. It should have been served by now. So we'll receive a feedback from them on what, whether
Yeah.
it had been served or not. Yeah.
And the notice to abide is qualified the way
It is
that we all
qualified.
discussed in chambers.
It is qualified.
Very well.
Thank you.
Council, where I come from would have said Ashidio. You've heard the responses of your colleagues. Is there anything else you want me to do or you want to say? On the first part, the undertaking, the dates are clear.
Indeed, so, Justice.
Yeah. On the second part, yes, I'm sorry, you say what you have to say.
To the extent that Section 27 and Hatter Spears have committed to specific dates, we will also call upon the legal aid to give a firm date during which their statement of claim on behalf of their clients will have to be filed.
Yeah. But it's a good point that ordinarily I'm not the referee of that agreement. It's an agreement that that the representatives have to reach. I come in only and only when there's a interlocutory dispute.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that, like, the commitment having been made now,
Yes.
we just want to get an indication from them whether do they commit to a specific date or whether they are not going to file those statements. If we can just get a response.
Yeah, let's find out if they're so inclined to commit to a date now.
Yes.
Justice, unfortunately, I don't have instructions, but I could give that undertaking on Monday.
Very well. On Monday, your colleague, your Leonard colleague, will come and give you an undertaking.
That's
Unless
very
you want me to be like the
it is very well.
the points person. I can make a decision. You have to agree on this. And if you do agree, that is just so fine. If you don't agree, and it endangers the arbitration, that's where interlocutory powers kick in. So I think you wait for Monday, and she tells you when she can do it.
We do accept the commitment.
Okay. Very good. The second point, you've got a right of reply, if any. As I understand the response of your colleagues is that they are waiting for the state's answering position. Once they have the answering papers, they would then consider whether it is necessary to have additional resistance or opposition to the application. That's what I understand them all to be saying.
I do understand where they come from, Justice, but what we have been trying to emphasize is that the respective parties, they've got different interests in the matter. And to the extent that we have taken steps to bring the witness before these proceedings, they should be able to intervene in the proceedings by virtue of them having an interest in that witness coming before these proceedings, and the basis of which may differ for their own respective cases. And our view has been that their involvement should not be dependent upon what the government says in their papers.
But can anybody compel a party to intervene ever?
Well, we are not compelling any parties. We were just wondering if are they not having an interest in the outcome of that application.
The other response to the point was that there are discussions offline that are going on, and that you should allow those discussions to go on. They think it's totally premature to raise it now. And I have sympathy for that view because once they've seen your papers, indeed, they'll have to make up their minds whether they heed to your advice that you have just put up now. It's not unreasonable for them to say, we want to see what the response of the main party is.
Yes, Justice, that is quite proper, that we are actually on the same side on wanting to get the witness before these proceedings.
Oh, yes.
But we do not have difficulties to share the documents which we have prepared. But our main concern is that it being an urgent application, timeframes having been set out for the filing of papers, the delay by one of the parties might prejudice their position in wanting to intervene should they decide to do so. That's all that we were concerned.
I get the point, Counsel. They'll consider that, including that.
Thank you, Justice.
In urgence, if you couldn't meet a deadline which is set by the applicant, there's not a deadline of the court. Remember, it's a deadline by the applicant. So if you can't meet it, you explain you can't meet it, and that's why. I'm waiting for the main party. But what's more, I've not even been joined. So I had to get a copy from the main party, so so there might be an explanation, but it's premature indeed. Let's wait. You people must talk offline as always. Give them a copy of your papers, if you're not your paper, the state's papers. If the state is so inclined, and then they must make up their minds what they're going to do.
We do commit to share the papers with them.
Share the papers, wonderful. That will take us far. I think that is quite important. But it's also important to find that certainty in our work, in early December, and also to, so yes, it is important that people file and that we should, as and when they so choose, and we should, the state should go to court and defend the subpoena. Very well. Better still is to persuade Dr. Silibano to come on his own. And then we don't have to have a side show or be sidetracked. Okay, I think we are we done with those, with your points, Counsel?
Thank you for the opportunity, Justice.
Very well, you're most welcome. Well, shall we get back to evidence then? Advocate Krause?
Thank you, Justice. My learned friend, Mr. Skibby, will lead this witness.
Yes, certainly, indeed.
Thank you, Justice.
Mr. Skibby.
Let me place my name on record.
Yes, please do. Your full names, not just name.
My name is Nzame, Nzame, Skibby, Skibi, Justice.
We've got it down. And Nkosi Mhlekazi, well, let us start.
Thank you, Justice. The witness may be
Shall
sworn.
we, in what language do you want to speak?
Uzothanda ukukhuluma ngaluphi ulimi?
isiZulu.
This is
Yebo.
Sabona Mjakiti.
Ninjani Justice?
Njani wena?
Sivukile Justice.
Hey, how are you? I'm well.
Would you put your full names on record, please?
Sicela amagama wakho aphelele.
Sibusiso Jacob Zwelisha Skakan.
Those are my names.
Mr. Skakani, do you swear that the evidence you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? And if so, please raise your right hand and say, so help me God.
Babusikhane ngabe uyafunga ukuthi ubufakazi ozobuthula la kuzoba iqiniso elimsulwa uma kunjalo sicela uphakamise isandla sakho sokudla uthi inkosi ngisize.
Inkosi ngisiza.
Sworn in, Honorable Justice.
Mr. Skibby?
Thank you, Justice. Mr. Sikakane, do you know Mduduzi Sikakane?
Yebo.
Yes, I am.
How are you related to him?
Umduduzi umfowethu omncane.
He is my younger brother.
Uyilast born ekhaya.
He is the last born at home.
Where is your mother? His mother.
Mama wako.
Umama usekhaya njengamanje.
My mom is at home as we speak.
So Mduduzi Sikakane is your biological brother. You are from the same mother. Am I correct?
Ingaba ingane yakini ekhaya umama oyedwa.
Yebo sizalwa kumama oyi-1 sibathathu ekhaya.
Yes, that is correct. We are 3 siblings at home.
Mduduzi Sikakane is one of the survivors who was affected in this the Gauteng Marathon project.
Kuthiwa uMduduzi Sikakane omunye walabo abasinda kule Gauteng mental health marathon project.
Yebo kunjalo.
Yes, that is correct.
Where is he now?
Ukuphi yena manje?
Njengamanje useSterkfontein.
He is at Sterkfontein at the moment.
Okay, you're going to take us up until we get where he is now. And how did he get there?
Uthi sizoza sizwe ukuthi ukuphi manje nokuthi ufike kanjani lapho.
What was wrong with his mental condition?
Uthi isimo sakhe bokuyini isimo sakhe sokugula.
Umduduzi isimo sakhe sokugula iBipolar.
He had a bipolar disorder.
Do you know what is that?
Ingabe uyazi ukuthi yini lokho?
Ngokuchaza kwabo doctor bebayibiza ukuthi ama mood swings. Ngesinye isikhathi unokuzithola kuumuntu ojabula kakhulu ngesinye isikhathi kuba umuntu obaphansi kakhulu.
According to the doctor's explanations, they said it was he had mood swings. Sometimes he would be very happy, and sometimes he would be very upset.
When was he diagnosed with this bipolar?
Ingabe yena ke uye watholakala ukuthi una le bipolar nini?
Umduduzi uqale ukuba ne bipolar 2002.
In 2002.
Did he go to school?
Yes, umduduzi wayeyile esikolweni waphasa imatric. Ugula nje bekase efunda eHighfield College ngase Langlaagte.
Yes, he did go to school. He passed matric. When he was diagnosed, he was at Highfield next to Langlaagte.
Can he talk and walk?
Yebo uyakhuluma.
Khuluma nokuhamba.
Uyahamba.
Yes, Counsel.
Then, in which hospital was he in when this marathon project started?
Waye kusiphi isibhedlela ngenkathi le marathon project iqala?
Ubese eWayvale eJimmiston.
Wayvale in Jimmiston.
Is it one of the hospitals of Life Esidimeni?
Yebo iLife Esidimeni eJimmiston.
Yes, that is correct, Counsel.
When did he start to be a patient or admitted at Wayvale in Jimmiston?
Uwamkele nini ke lapho njengesiguli eWayvale eJimmiston?
ngo 2013.
in 2013.
All right. During 2015.
Sorry, I must have got something wrong here, Mr. Skibby. When was he diagnosed?
Kuthiwa yena ke utholakele nini ukuthi unale sifo?
Ngo 2002, Justice.
2002.
Yes. But admitted to Waverley, Germiston, 2013.
Yebo, Justice.
Kodwa ungena esibhedlela eWaverley ngo 2013. That is correct,
Between
Justice.
2002 and 2013, was he institutionalized?
Phakathi kwale 2002 no 2013 ingabe ke yena kukhona wayehlala kwesinye isikhungu?
Wathi aqala ukugula wathunyelwa ibhara yamthumele eTara Hospital. Sentini.
After being diagnosed at Krisani Baragwanath, he was referred to Tara Hospital in Sentin.
Well, I leave it with you, Council. I'm moving off.
Thank you, Justice. When was he referred to Waverley by Tara Hospital?
Ingabe uye wamikiswa nini kuleso sibhedlela iTara Hospital?
Cha, kusho ukuthi yena makaphuma eTara waye umuntu ababembiza ukuthi outpatient waye collector imithi yakhe eShawela clinic.
When he was discharged at Tara, he was an outpatient. He was getting his medication at Shawelo Clinic.
And then uthe kuya till 2010 waba umuntu oqala ukuresista i-medication.
And in around 2010, he started resisting medication.
That's where ibhara took over futhi ukuthi no umduduzi kuzomela manje simtholele indawo efana njengeWaverley.
That is when a decision was made at Baragwanath that he must be transferred to a place like Waverley.
All right, he was at Waverley from 2013, and then 2015, an incident happened during December while he was at Waverley in Germiston. Can you tell us?
Manje beka lapho kusuka ku 2013 kanti ngo 2015 kube khona isehlakalo esenzakala ngenkathi elapho ingabe ungasichazela ngalokho?
Ngo 2015 makuba nama open day kula sasezwa amahemhemu ukuthi ngathi isibhedlela sizawuvala.
In 2015 during the open day, that is when we heard rumors that it seems like the hospital was going to be closed down.
What was the occasion during December when you were told that the institution is about to be closed down?
Bayibiza nge open day.
It was the event was an open day.
La ama family sihlangana sizobona abafowethu nabodadewethu.
When the families come together to come and visit their loved ones.
Was there a keynote speaker in that gathering?
Ngabe bokukhona yini mhlambe umuntu owayethula inkulumo obuya kuhulumeni?
Cha ngaleso sikhathi nje besizwa nje ngestaff esisebenza khona ukuthi kune possibility ukuthi isibhedlela singavala.
No, at that time we heard that information from the staff that there was a possibility that the hospital was going to be closed down.
And then after that gathering, you dispersed and then you went. Well, I mean, before you dispersed, how was your reaction when you heard that the rumor that the hospital is about to be closed down?
Nina uye waphatheka kanjani ngenkathi uzwa ukuthi isibhedlela leso sizovalwa?
Kwaba siphazamisa kakhulu siyimindeni ngoba abane njengemindeni enabagula bebe sebehleli eWaverley isikhathi eside kwakuthanda ukuphazamisa kakhulu kube nemibuzo kodwa singatholi kahle ukuthi siyapi ngale ndaba.
We did not take that well because together with some of the families we were concerned because our loved ones have been there for a very long time. We tried to ask questions but we did not get proper answers.
So by that time in December 2015, it was just still a rumor. There was nothing formal.
Yeah. Yes, that is correct, Council.
Right. During January 2016, is there anything which happened regarding the rumor that you heard in December 2015?
January 2016 ingabe kukhona yini okuye kwenzeka ukuya ngalamahlebezi wenziwe ngoDecember 2015?
Yebo kwaba nomhlangano owabizwa uMEC uMiss Qedani Mahlangu.
Yes, there was a meeting which was convened by the former MEC, Ms. Qedani Mahlangu.
Do you remember in which date was it?
Uyakhumbula ukuthi bekungaluphi usuku?
In January 2016?
January 2016.
I-date hiyo ngeke ngisayikhumbula cancel kodwa kwekuyinyanga engabu January.
I can't remember the date, but I remember it was in sometime in January.
So did she invite all the family members who with patients housed at Waverley?
Ubememe bonke ke yonke imindeni ya lezo ziguli ebezikhona lapho eWaverley?
Yebo bekunjalo cancel wayemenywe yonke imindeni.
Yes, that is correct, Council.
Did you attend that meeting yourself?
Yebo cancel.
Yes, Council, I attended.
Do you still remember the time which was set for the meeting to be held?
Usakhumbula isikhathi leso ukuthi umhlangano wayo uzoqala nini?
I-meeting yayizoqala ngo-12 o'clock.
It was scheduled to start at 12 o'clock.
You know, the officials there, they are quite busy. They have this busy schedule. Did the meeting start at 12 o'clock?
Uyazi ke iziphathimandla zimatasatasa ingabe loyo mhlangano uye waqala ngaleso sikhathi?
Cha kwaba buhlungu ngoba i-meeting azange iqale ngayo 12 o'clock. Kwaze kwashaya isikhathi esifana njengo 2:30 kula uMiss Qedani afika ngaso isikhathi 2:30.
No, it was very frustrating because the meeting did not start at 12 o'clock as scheduled. The Ms. Qedani only arrived at about 2:30. That is only when we started the meeting.
How did you get the invitation for the meeting, which was organized by the former MEC, Ms. Mahlangu?
Nithole kanjani leso simemo njengoba ke bekamemezela uloyo beku MEC uNkosikazi uMahlangu?
Sasithi masivakashile esibhedlela kube nabo staff abafikayo basitshela ukuthi kuzoba ne-meeting ezoba khona. So bayacela ukuthi nathi as ama family members sibe khona. And then SMS eyafika kuma echazayo ukuthi kuzobe kune-meeting eWaverley ngo-12 o'clock.
When we visit the hospital, the staff members will tell us about the meeting, and they will invite us to say that all family members are invited. And the SMS that my mother received also invited us to that particular meeting.
When you attended the meeting, did you know the theme or what was going to be addressed by the MEC, the former MEC?
Ngenkathi niya kulomhlangano ngabe bewazi ukuthi ke bokuyokhulunywa ngani njengoba uMEC ecela umhlangano?
Yebo sasizochazelwa ngokuvala kwesibhedlela.
Yes, they were going to explain to us about the closure of the hospital.
Right, ultimately the former MEC arrived, and then what message that was delivered by the former MEC, Ms. Mahlangu?
Manje egcineni uye wafika uMEC imuphi umyalezo uye wafika awuthula uMama uMahlangu?
Kwabanzima nyana cancel ngoba njoba wayefuna ukuqala i-meeting ama family ayengajabulanga ngoba oqala wayefike late.
It was very difficult because as he was about to start the families were not happy because of the fact that she arrived late.
Kwacela ukuthi akaqale axolise kule mindeni yonke seyifikile ngoba kunabantu abadala futhi kanti kade silindile isikhathi afike ngaso ku late.
She was requested to apologize for being late because there were elder people in the audience. She was requested to apologize for that.
Yes, did she apologize?
Uye waxolisa. Eventually, yes, she did apologize.
I-meeting yaqala ke.
And thereafter the meeting started.
Sachazelwa ukuthi yini sizathu esizoyenza ukuthi mhlawumbe isibhedlela sivalwe.
And it was explained to us regarding the reasons for the closure of the hospital.
What was the reason for the closure of the proposed closure of the hospital?
bathi bokuyiphi iziphi izizathu zokuvalwa kwaleso sibhedlela.
Isizathu esikhulu kwakuwukuthi uhulumeni uzithola anezindleko eziphezulu ngoba satshela ukuthi uhulumeni uspend imali engango 10,000 per month kusigulu ngasinye.
The reason which was forwarded was that it was very costly to the government. The costs were very high because they told us that the government was spending about 10,000 per month for each patient.
So lezo zindleko lozo uhulumeni uzithola ziphezulu kakhulu.
So the government considered those costs to be very high.
Were you given any option if the hospital was about to be closed?
Ngabe kuye kwaba khona mhlambe banikeza ukuzikhethela uma isibhedlela leso sizovalwa?
Kwaba nemibono eminingi ngoba imindeni yayinemibono nayo ukuthi mhlawumbe angeke kusizame ukuthi ngendlela ethize mhlawumbe sizame ukuthi isibhedlela singavalwa. Mhlawumbe kube nalabo esingaqhasa ngakhona mhlawumbe inhlangano ezingasiqhasa ukuthi mhlawumbe isibhedlela singavalwa. So kwakunemibono eminingi nje eyivela emindenini.
There were many different views. Some views among the family members were that how about maybe seeking donations and support from the community so that the hospital cannot be closed.
Was it the only reason of cost-saving mechanism, the one for the closure of the hospital?
Ngabe bokuyiso kuphela isizathu lesi sezindleko ebanikeza zona sokuthi bavala lesibhedlela.
Mabachaza kwasekuthiwa futhi bebathanda ukuthi abaguli bethu babe sebaduzane nasemakhaya.
Another reason was that when they were explaining, they said that they wanted our patients to be nearer their homes.
Okusho ukuthi kuzoba nezibhedlela ezocishe mhlambe izifane nayo ilife Esidimeni abaguli bethu bazawuthathwa bashonise kuzo.
They said that there were going to be institutions like Life Esidimeni in the communities, and that is where our patients were going to be taken to.
Were you told as to when, in which month the hospital was going to be closed? That is Waverley.
Ngabe baye bantshela ukuthi lesibhedlela sizovalwa ngayiphi inyanga iWaverley.
Kwakuthiwe ngomhla kaMarch.
They said in March.
Any date?
Ngabe kukhona usuku abantshele lona?
In month end kaMarch.
End of March.
After the MEC had delivered the message, how was, the families, is there anything that they did just to mitigate as to what plan they want to do?
Ngabe baye basho ukuthi ke mhlambe yiziphi izinhlelo noma izinyathelo ebahlose ukuzithatha ingisho imindeni bahlose ukuzithatha ukuze banqande ukuvalwa kwalesibhedlela.
Kwaba nembono ukuthi kuzoba ngcono mhlambe njengemindeni kube nekomiti mhlambe ezokwazi ukusimela elikwazi ukuthi likhulume nabo abantu bakahulumeni kanjalo kuzoba ngcono ngoba njengoba sibaningi siyimindeni angeke vele sikwazi ukuthi sikhulume sisonke kodwa makuzoba nekomiti kuzoba ngcono ngoba kuzoba yile eliba umlomo wethu.
There were many views, and among those views was that there must be, we must establish a family committee which was going to represent all other families, which was going to interact with the government, because it was very difficult at the time because we were many. So that is why we came to a conclusion that to a proposal that there must be a committee that is going to interact with the government regarding this issue.
Was there any plan that you proposed or the action you intended to take before March, the end of March?
Bokukhona yini mhlawumbe uhlelo belihleliwe mhlawumbe ukuthi ke izinyathelo bazozithatha ngaphambi kokuphela kukaMarch?
To voice out your concern as family members.
Ukukhipha ukukhathazeka kwenu njengamalungu omndeni.
Yebo kwaba khona ngoba kwaba nemibono ukuthi akungcono mhlawumbe sizame ukuthi senze imarch sivakashele mhlawumbe eminyango yezempilo sikhiphe ezethu ikhalazo ngayo le ndaba yokuvala kwesibhedlela.
Yes, we have decided to have a march so that we can go to the Provincial Department of Health so that we can go there and raise our concerns regarding those developments.
Well, I think the witness said they considered having a march.
Uthe benicabanga nihlele imarch.
Ya kusho njengemndeni kwaba khona la kubekwa imbono ukuthi akube ngcono mhlambe sizama ukuhlangana siyovela eminyango wezempilo.
Thank you, Justice. Yes, some of us, we considered that we propose a march to go to the Department of Health to raise our concerns.
In which month was the march going to be, was organized? Do you remember?
Ngeke ngisakhumbula kahle i-date kodwa inyanga kwakuyile ngathi mangaqamba manga mhlambe uFebruary noma ukungena kuYumashi.
I can't remember the date exactly, but I think it was around February going to March.
Did you attend the march then?
Ingaba uye waya kuleyo march?
Kuleyo march ngahluleka ukuthi ngibe khona mina kuyo.
No, I did not attend that march.
Then there came March 2016. Was the life as it
Did the march take place?
Ingaba iye yaba khona imarch?
You were not there, but did you gather or hear later whether the march took place?
Siyazi ukuthi uthe ube ungekho kodwa ingabe uye wazi ukuthi leyo march iye yaba khona yini?
Ngokuzwa kwami kwathi yaba khona kodwa ngeke ngisaqiniseka kahle ngoba azange attend imarch.
According to the information that I heard, that march did take place, but I'm not sure because I did not attend that march.
On your information, the march was from where to where?
Kuya ngolwazi lakho kuthiwa leyo march yayisuka kuphi iye kuphi?
Leyo mniningwane angeke ngikwazi kuba nayo.
I do not have those details, Honorable Justice.
Thank you, Justice. Thank you. Indebted. Then in March 2016, was the life Esidimeni closed?
March 2016, ingabe i-life Esidimeni iye yavalwa yini?
Cha azange ivalwe i-life Esidimeni.
No, it was not closed.
Did you inquire as to what was the plan, whether it was still going to be closed?
Uye wabuza ukuthi ngabe bebahleleni?
Satshela ukuthi kune extension ezoba khona isibhedlela sizavalwa ngoJune.
We were told that there was an extension. The hospital was now going to be closed in June.
Who told you that? Who told you that there is an extension now?
The staff as we went to visit at the hospital.
All right. Then during May 2016, something happened. Can you tell us?
Uthi ngo May 2016 kube khona okwenzekile ngabe ungasitshela?
Yebo kwangena iSMS kuma ebusuku.
Yes, my mother, we received an SMS from my mother's cell phone. It was at night.
Eyayichaza ukuthi one of your family members has been moved to Ribafeni in Pretoria.
Which said that one of our family members was moved to Ribafeni in Pretoria.
Was there a telephone number to call to inquire as to where is Ribafeni in Pretoria?
Ingabe bekukhona mhlambe imininingwane yocingo ukuthi nikwazi ukufona ukuthi nazi ukuthi le Ribafeni ikuphi ePitoli?
Ibe ikhona leyo number kodwa kwakunzima ukuthi uthi moyithinta ukwazi ukungena kuyo.
Yeah, yes, Honorable Counsel, there was a number, but it was every time when we called, we did not get an answer.
Before you received that message, or your mother received that message, was the family at any stage invited to go and with the inspectors to go to Ribafeni to observe as to the living conditions of that institution?
Ngaphambi kokuthi nithole lo mlayezo nge-SMS ngabe niye namenywa yini ukuthi mhlambe niyohlola leyo ndawo iRibafenyi ukuthi kuyindawo enjani?
Cha zange silithole lelo thuba lelo.
No, we were not offered that opportunity.
So you received an SMS and then you called, the number does not get through, then what did you do?
Uthi nithole i-SMS bokukhona le nombolo niye nazama ukufona kodwa ke bebangayiphenduli nenzalo.
Sathola please call.
And we received a police call.
Sorry, was it on the very same day that you the SMS came and say, Mduduzi now is at Ribafenyi?
Bokungalelo suku nithole ngalo.
Cha.
No.
Kodwa ngamalanga lawa landelayo.
I think it was just shortly thereafter.
Then please call lona siuthola nje umunye wabasebenzi base Ribafenyi.
This police call, it was one of the staff members at Ribafenyi.
Masimfonela athi siyamazi uMduduzi Sikhakhane.
And when we called him or her, when we called her, she asked whether we knew Mduduzi Sikhakhane.
Yebo sivume ukuthi uMduduzi Sikhakhane siyamazi.
Indeed, we agreed to say yes, we do know Mduduzi Sikhakhane.
Sibuza ukuthi indawo leyo ikuphi.
And then we inquired as to where was that place.
Did you speak to that sister after you made a call, or you spoke to someone else or to Mduduzi?
Ngabe ukhulume naye ngemva kokuthi ushaye ucingo ngendaba kaMduduzi.
Naye wamnikeza ifoni ukuthi ngizwe ukuthi vele uMduduzi lo ngikhuluma naye asho ukuthi le ndawo akuyo akayazi kodwa kusePitori.
She did give Mduduzi the phone, and he did say to me that he doesn't know where the place was, but it was in Pretoria, and I could recognize my brother's voice.
And at the time, where was your home?
Ngaleso sikhathi ikhaya lakho belikuphi?
Ekhaya kuse Protea Clan extension 11.
My home at the time was at Protea Clan extension 11.
And where was your mother's home?
Kuse Protea Clan extension 11.
Protea Clan extension 11.
Thank you, Justice. Thank you. So, did you ultimately go and look for Mduduzi at Ribafenyi in Pretoria?
Ngaba uye wagcina uhamba ke uyombheka uMduduzi eRibafenyi?
Yebo saya ku dadwami kuyuma umfowethu olobole oshade ekhaya.
Yes, I went there. It was my sister, my mom, and my brother-in-law.
Was it on the very same day you received the? Or you had made a call?
Bokulelo suku lelo unithole le phone.
Cha saya kuMgqibelo.
No, when we went there, it was on a Saturday.
Yes. Did you go and search for this Ribafenyi then?
Niye nahamba ke nayifuna le ndawo kuthiwa iRibafenyi.
Yebo kwabanjalo sahamba sayifuna indawo.
Yes, indeed, we did. Indeed, Council.
Kodwa ekwakulikhuni ukuthi le ndawo leya isendaweni efihleke kakhulu.
Indeed, we did go there, but it was very difficult to find that place because it was on the outskirts.
Ekugcineni sagcina sikwaze ukukhuluma nomunye oyezibiza ngotisetso athi uyimanager yaleyo ndawo le.
Eventually, we managed to speak with another staff member who, by the name of Tisetso, who said he or she was the manager of that facility.
Where exactly was the place?
Well,
let's start with the nearest town. What was the nearest town to it?
Idolobha mhlambe idolobha eliseduze naleyo ndawo.
Atteridgeville mongathi uya ngase RTBS. Bayibiza bathi Hanops indlela le.
Atteridgeville, when you that place is called Hanops.
Yes, just next to Hanops River.
Next to Hanops River.
Yeah,
Between Atteridgeville and Hanops River.
Yeah, Justice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Justice. So you ultimately arrive at this Ribafenye. Tell us, how was it look like?
Manje ekugcineni niye nafika ke lapho eRibafenye awusichazele nje ukuthi ibukeka injani ya.
Uma ufika kuyo ngoba yindlu ibonda egate libhalwe exclusive. Ngoba thina sasifuna legama elibhalwe Ribafenye.
It is a residential house, and when we arrived there, it was on the gate. It was written inclusive, and we were looking for the word for the name Ribafenye.
What was on the gate? Repeat the name for me, please.
Inclusive.
Inclusive.
So how did you know that it was Ribafenye if it was written inclusive?
Manje ngoba bebhalwe inclusive wazenjani ke wena ukuthi noma nazenjani ukuthi iRibafenye?
Uthi sethobuya wayesichazela ukuthi sizayibona indlu yakho ine18 ezibomvu ezicishe zifane njengayo le building esikuyo.
Tisetso give us the directions. She's the one who said that it was a red house. She described the house for us.
You would have traveled what? 70, 80 kilometers from Soweto.
Kunjalo, Justice.
Indeed, that's correct, Justice.
Thank you, Justice. So on your arrival, and then did you meet this Tiseso?
Cha asitholanga uTisetho kodwa sathola umfana owayezibiza ngoVictor egate.
No, we did not find Tisetso. We found a guy by the name of
Victor.
Victor at the gate.
Uye wasivulela igate ke sangena phakathi.
He opened the gate for us and we went inside.
Umungena phakathi kunembuzi nezimvu.
When we get inside there, we found that there were goats and sheep.
No, but you mean inside the yard?
Yebo, Justice.
Yes.
Ngaphakathi, yebo, that's correct.
Mawuloku uwehla nje ngedriveway la eceleni kunama borehole.
As you go along the driveway, we observed there were boreholes.
Kodwa nayo iborehole lo yami uyibheka beyivuza.
Which was leaking, that borehole.
Mawuloku wehla njalo ke kunendawo le ufike ukwazi ukupaka
I mean the pump of the borehole was leaking.
Yebo, Justice.
But the borehole can't
pump.
leak.
Kusho ukuthi mayiloku iphusha amanzi kanje.
Yes.
Amanzi ayaphuma futhi.
Yeah, the pump of the borehole was leaking.
So masifika lapho bese siya kunendawo yokupaka ke sifike sipake.
And as we go further, there was a parking space, and then we went there and parked.
Masifika nje naba bafowethu siyababona vele bagqoka impahla esisabhaliwe uwaiver.
And when we arrived there, we saw our loved ones there. They still had the clothes which were written Waverley.
Were they inside the house, the patients, or were they inside?
Cha bebangaphandle.
They were outside.
Bathameli.
They were outside sitting on the sun.
How was their reaction, that is the patients, when they saw you arriving?
Bona bayenzani ngenkathi benibona nifika lapho?
Bayigcwalela nje imoto abafowethu nje bajabulile ukubona nayi imoto ingena.
They were very happy. They came around us as they see that car. They were very happy to see us.
Then abanye bayabuza sicela nisishuthe ithomba abanye bacela ama2 abanye bafuna ukufona.
And then others were like asking questions. Others they wanted to take photos. Others were asking asking us for 2 rands, and yes, those things.
How many patients more or less did you see there?
Babengaki nje uye wawabona la.
Mangisababuka nje ngabona amadoda engathi ayi30 or so.
There were around 30 males.
Were there any females?
Bekhona besimame.
Amadoda wodwa.
No, it was only males.
Then did you meet with the owners of the establishment?
Niye nahlangana yini nomnini waleso sikhungu?
Sathola usiso zibiza ngononi owayethi uyi social worker makasesichaza kithi.
We met a lady by the name of Noni when she introduced herself as a social worker.
What did Noni tell you, the social worker?
Uye wantshelani ke uNoni lo i-social worker?
Sambuza nje ukuthi kuza kanjani umduduzi ngoba njengoba sasichazelele kuleya meeting kuthiwa abantu bethu bazawulethwa eduzane namakhaya manje kuza kanjani umduduzi abe la ePitori.
We asked them how did it happen, because at the meeting we were told that the patients were going they were going to be taken nearer their home. How did it happen that he ended up here in Pretoria?
Chazele nje ukuthi noba ebalethwa kubo abomduduzi
And
uhulumeni.
he just said that no, these patients, including Tutuzi, they were brought to their place by the government.
And le ndawo le njengoba insibona iNGO.
And she explained to us that this place, as you see it, is an NGO.
And okusho ukuthi le ndawo kahle kahle abafuni ukuthi ifane njengasi isibhedlela okusho ukuthi njengoba unizazi ibhedlela sinjani kodwa yona indawo ezoyenza ukuthi basheshe mhlambe bakwazi ukubuyela emakhaya.
He said that one of the things that they were told was that they did not want that place to look like a hospital. They wanted to look like a home so that it can prepare them for discharge to go home.
When you saw Mduduzi, was he neat or was he dressed up or well or neat?
Umduduzi lo wayenjani, wayegcoke kahle, wayecocekile.
Okwakuphazamisa kakhulu when councillor ukuthi mawubabheka nje bonke abafowethu bowubona ukuthi ngathi amanzi bawagcine bese lapha eWayvali.
What was very disturbing, Honorable Councillor, is that all these patients, our brothers, you can see that they haven't washed since at Waverley.
What informed you that?
What
did you observe? What makes you say that it was like?
Inkinga nje ngoba muthi ubheka impahla ezinye nje zinotshana ubona ukuthi umfowethu ngathi ulele ngale mpahla uvuka ngayo so naye lo mfowethu esize kuyo muthi uyambheka ukuthi indoda amanzi ngathi anwathinta ngathi hayi amanzi ayabanda.
What I observed is that some of the clothes they had grass. It looked like they were sleeping with those clothes. And even when I asked my brother to say, why did you not wash, my brother? And then he would say, no, this water is very cold.
Then did you ask him to do if he came with his medication?
Uye wambuza ukuthi uye weza yini nemithi yakhe.
Ngoba sasichazelwe uNoni uthi bebephethe iphakeshana naye umduduzi wavuma ukuthi wayephethe iphakeshana lamapilisi abasuka nale Waverly.
Noni told us that he was given a small pack which was the medication, and my brother also confirmed that they were given some medication from Waverly.
You earlier on stated that when you came in, the patients, they came to you running and asking, some asking to take photos, some asking to phone, others, they were asking something to eat. Or money, and beg your pardon.
Mawufika noma kumfakazi bakho ukhulumile ukuthi manifika laphana baye banigijimela labantu beza lapho kini abanye bacela u2 abanye bacela ukufona. Uyakhumbula usho njalo?
Yebo ngiyakhumbula council.
Yes, I remember that.
Did you ask him to do if he had eaten?
Uye wambuza umduduzi ukuthi udlile yini?
Ngokufika kwethu safika kuthiwa osisi laba basazama ukuprepare indaba yokudla.
When we arrived there, we were told that the staff was busy preparing their food.
Bekunabo mama abayi2 lapha bebe prepare ukudla vele.
There were 2 ladies who were busy preparing the food.
But what time were you there?
Ngasiphi isikhathi?
Isikhathi esafika lapha ngaso kwako 1.
It was around 1 o'clock when we arrived there.
So the question to you is, had Nduduzi eaten for the day?
Where kuthiwa bekase adlile yini ngalolo suku?
Wathi badle iswinko ekseni.
He said they ate bread in the morning.
And then ke sase besiphethe nalento zokudla ke nalabo abanye abafowethu bazama ukufuna ukuzocela ke ukuthi manje uVictor kumele abakhiphele ngaphandle ukuthi basinikeze iprivacy njengoba sasilele e-dining hall, e-dining room.
We have brought food, we have brought some food with us, and as we were taking out the food, other patients were coming to us. That is when Victor said they must go out and give us some privacy in the dining hall where we were seated.
Then thereafter, did you ask the owner of the establishment to go inside and inspect where Duduz was sleeping and other patients?
Ingabe uye wacela ukuthi ungene ngaphakathi uyohlola la umduduzelela khona nezinye iziguli?
Yebo ngokunjalo samcela unoni ukuthi sicela ukubona la indawo le abalala kuyo. Ngempela wasivumela wakhuphuka nathi uVictor saya phezulu.
Yes, indeed, we did ask to go inside, and we asked Noni, and she permitted us to go in, and Victor accompanied us to go inside.
Ngempela sifike siwabona ama room la abafike abalala kuwo.
We did see those rooms where they were sleeping.
In a room, were there any beds?
Yebo ngempela ibhede beyikhona.
Yes, there were beds.
More or less, how many beds in one room?
Kungaba imibhede mingaki mhlambe kulelo room?
Kulela room ngibona imibhede engathi beyi7 lemibhede enyane emncanyana nje le.
In that room, I think there were about 7 single beds.
Were there blankets? It was in winter at that time. Were there blankets?
Bekunale ngubonyana lezi
bokukhona izingubo
ezicishe zifana naloku ezasephephu ezigrayish lezi.
Yes, there were these blankets which looked at from PEP, which were grayish in color.
From where?
He said PEP.
Inxoleli PEP kodwa ke ile ngubo enjwayele ukuyibona kakhulu ePEP.
I'm sorry about that, but that is where I usually see these blankets.
Did you ask him to do if he gets his medication on as prescribed?
Ngabe bombuza umduduzi ukuthi ke yena bewayithola imithi yakhe ngesikhathi.
Njoba besaqala ukufika besibona nje ukuthi bebangakahleleki kahle ngoba nale ndawo esasikuyo ngoba njoba besise dining hall bebasa prepare bobona ukuthi bebangakahleleki kahle. Kodwa ke wena njengokusho kwakhe washo ukuthi cha imithi yona uyayithola ngoba ile abasuke naye eWayvali.
When we arrived there, you can see that they were not yet well organized. You can see that they were still busy trying to set up and organize some things. But Duduzi did confirm that he was taking his medication.
Yes, you went to the bedroom. Were there bathrooms?
Ingabe bokukhona ibathroom lapho?
Ibinja beyikhona ibathroom kodwa ke moyibuka nayo ibineyinkinga. Ngoba bekune ngathi kula inokuvuza kunala ngathi kuvuza khona amanzi.
Yes, there was a bathroom, but it was leaking water.
Sabuza ngayo futhi basichazela ukuthi no iplumber isazofika njengoba sibona ngathi nje kuyaphithizela kodwa iplumber izawufika ilungise konke namanzi ashisayo bazawalungisa igiza bebanganayo.
We did ask about that, and they said that the plumber will come and fix that as they were busy trying to organize some of the things. That leak was going to be fixed because they did not have a shower, but they will make sure that they have hot water as well.
How long had your brother been there?
Bekuyiviki nje baqeda ukusuka eWayvali.
It was only a week after being transferred from Wayvali.
Thank you, Justice. Did he have clothes to change?
Ingabe wayenazo impahla zokushintsha?
Cha bebasagqoke zona lezi zaseWayvali. Incazelo esayithola kunoni ukuthi njengoba bafuna ukwenza le ndawo ingabukeki njengesibhedlela. Bayasicela ukuthi thina njengabomndeni masizawubuya next visit yethu mhlambe sitry ukubaphathela impahla lezi zasekhaya ukuthi bangafani njengalaba basesibhedlela njengoba basagqoke yona le uniform yase eWayvali.
No, Councillor, they were still wearing the uniform from Waverley. Like as Noni has alluded to earlier, that they did not want that place to look like a hospital. She advised us that when we come next time, we must bring him some clothes so that they can have some clothes to change, because they wanted them to wear their private clothes because they did not want that place to look like a hospital.
All right. Then you've been at the bedroom and the bathroom. In one room, how many beds did you see there?
Uthe njengoba bongene ngaphakathi ubheka kwigumbi noma kwiroom elilodwa bokunemibhede
It
engaki.
will have to be more precise than that. We know about 7 beds, single beds in the room in which Mduduzi slept.
Thank you, Justice.
But if you want to canvass evidence about the other rooms, obviously you may.
Thank you, Justice. In the room where Mduduzi was sleeping, how many beds were there?
Ibi 7.
7.
Oh,
7 beds.
Le mncanyana le masingi.
Single beds.
All right. And then the kitchen, did you go to the kitchen and see if there was food?
Well, we can find out whether the witness knows where the other patients slept.
Bebuza ukuthi ingabe ezinye iziguli zona bezilala kuphi.
Ngoba le ndawo uma uyibuka ibime njenge ngathi i-L shape, abanye basichazela ukuthi balala kule amanye ama-room njengoba ine upper level, icishe ifane njengayo le ndawo ine upper level.
That place is that building is like is L-shaped, and there's an upper floor. It's almost like this building here. So that is where these other patients were sleeping at.
Thank you.
You proceed.
The kitchen where food was made, did you go and inspect and have a look there?
Ekhishi la kulungiselwa khona ukudla ngabe uye waba nethuba lokuya uyehlola.
Ngoba nje sasaqala ukufika nje labo mama bebatatazela ekitchen, asikwazanga ukuthi sihlale kakhulu siye ekitchen ngoba sasajabulele nje ukuthi uMduduzi nangu simtholile kanti naye futhi usijabulele siphethe nokudla.
No, because the ladies there, they were very busy in the kitchen, and we were. I mean, Mduduzi was happy for us, and that is when we sat with our brother Mduduzi. We did not go to check in the kitchen.
How big was that house?
Indlu leyo ibe ingakanani, ibe inkulu kangakanani.
Ngikwazi ukuyibeka kahle kodwa nje uyabona uma ubuka le ndawo ecishe esikuyo ingaba uhalf ofana nale ndawo le.
Well, I cannot estimate exactly, but I think it can be half of this building here which we are at.
So it's not a wall, they were subdivided, the rooms.
Oh, akulona i-hall kusho ukuthi ama room la ahlukanisiwe.
Well, I don't know how big is this building, Council. We'll have to place that on record. For somebody who reads must have an idea of what the witness is talking about. That looks, I don't know. It's not quite a rugby field. I think it's probably 60 meters by 20. 80 meters by 20.
I'll accept that, Justice. I don't know my colleague if
Then work out half of that.
or half, because he's saying half of this.
Six of these things, and one of them is not more than 3 meters, so it's 3 times 6.
It's more or less.
Yeah, I think it's about 70, 80 meters by 20 meters.
Yes, Justice, maybe perhaps we can put
Yes,
it
it's a rough
stage.
estimate. It doesn't.
Yes, thank you. I will.
This is not a motor collision case, right?
Yes,
Okay.
indeed. So, then you were there on that first day at Rebafeni, and then you left.
Yes.
Ubulapho
Councillor.
ngosuku lokuqala rubafenyi, bese
Well, before you
uhamba wena.
leave, I'm interested to know, how did your brother eat the food?
Ngaphambi kokuthi sindlule lapho ke mina nginentshiseko yokuthi ngazi ukuthi ngaphambi kokuthi sindlule lapho mina nginentshiseko yokuthi ngizwe ukuthi ubhuti wakho mhlawumbe ube kudla kanjani lokudla benize nimphathele khona.
Indlela bekadla ngayo ubona ukuthi cha impela yena bekalambile Justice.
The way he was eating that food, you can see that indeed he was very hungry.
And then into beyinzima ngaba laba abanye abafowethu futhi bebaloke futhi bazama ukuthi baloke bafika egcineni nathi sibone ukuthi akusizi baloke babaxoshe ibanana nyana amasimba chips akabasherele naye abasherele abanye abafowethu vele.
Because as he was eating, the other patients were coming to ask, and then we thought that no, it's of no use to chase them away. That is when we asked him to share with them, to give them banana or any other food item.
Umduduzi bekwazi ukukhuluma ngithi?
Yebo Justice.
Duduzi, was he able to speak?
Wambuza yini ukuthi uphatheke kanjani?
Did you ask him how he was feeling?
No yena bekangajabulanga Justice ngoba nangendlela achaza ngayo ukuthi bayafika ngebus lapha wena bahambe kwakusebusuku.
He was not happy because he explained that they were traveling in a bus and it was at night.
And wakhuluma ngemeko kwendaba ehlala kuyo?
Did he mention anything about the situation where in that place where they were staying?
Yena into bekayisho ukuthi nje niyabona la ngikhona kusemaplazi.
He said, you can see where we are here. We are at the rural areas.
Yeah, umuntu ephuma eSoweto akathanda amaplaza.
Akawathanda amaplazi Justice.
Yeah, a person who comes from Soweto doesn't like rural areas.
Yeah. Ukhona okunye akukhulumileyo?
Is there anything else that he said?
Ngalelanga esasifike ngalo wayengenama complaint amaningi kangako yena Justice nje kwakuyindlala eyimphazamisile.
On that day when we went there, he did not have much to complain about except hunger.
Umzimba wakhe bonjani? Bungakanani?
How was his body, the situation?
Ngimncane mina ubemkhulu kimi yena Justice.
Umzimba.
Yeah, umfowethu ubemkhulu ngomzimba kimi. Mina ngimncane nje bangika. Yes.
Yeah, he had a bigger body compared to mine.
And when you got there, was he still of the same body size?
Uma efika lapho umzimba bose ungako. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Justice.
Mr. Skibby.
So the body was still the way you used to see him because he had been there just for a week. Am I correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Was he having shoes on?
Wayesagqokele zayicathulo lezi abasuke ngaze eWaverley.
Yes, the ones that she used to wear while he was at Waverley.
Right. Did you see any clinician or a nurse by chance or a doctor in the establishment?
Uyabona ke abasebenza ngokuzelashwa ama-clinician usho doctor onesi kuleyo ndawo.
Cha ngoba sasifika unoni wasathi masimbuza wathi cha abo doctor abakafiki kanti nalabo clinician cha bebangekho kwakuno umama abayithuwa bebapheka nje no Victor ebebathi uyi security ngoba wayesivulela igate.
No, there were no clinicians, and Noni said that since that place has just started to operate, the clinicians and the doctors and nurses will come later. So, and then he said that there were only 2 ladies who were working in the kitchen, and Victor, who was the security guard.
Right. Then you were there, and then you didn't see any clinician or nurse. You only saw the social worker. No.
Noni, yes.
Uthi ubone uyi-social worker kuphela unoni awubonanga onesi nabanye. Yes, that is correct, Council.
Did you ask Duduzi if he came with his medical records? in that establishment?
Ingabe uyambuza uMduduzi ukuthi uze nefile lakhe kuleso sibhedlela?
Inkinga leyo unoni naye wayichaza ukuthi ama files abo ayengekho.
That was the problem because even Noni alluded to that fact that they did not bring their medical files.
Manje nathi kile eyayisiqa ukuthi kanti mababa transport kanjani bangazange bahambe nayo yonke into njengento esifana nama file ngoba sabuza nange ID yakhe ukuthi iID yakhe ikuphi nononi wachaza ukuthi iID abayilethanga kanti nesasa card abayilethanga.
We were also confused as to how did they transfer them without all this documentation. We also asked about the ID and the SASA card, and Noni said that no, they did not bring those along.
After your first visit and then thereafter you left, did you visit Mduduzi again?
Ngemva kokuvakasha ke okokuqala niye nahamba ngabe uye wamvakashela futhi uMduduzi?
Yebo ngokunjalo sizijwayeza njalo ukuthi siye ukubomvakashela ngoba njoba bekuyindawo eqhelile besiwa plan ama visits akhona ukuthi mele sizame ukuthi simvakashele.
Yes, we were visiting him because that place was far. We always planned to go and visit him.
The
goat and the sheep, do you know who did they belong to?
Justice lezazimvu neimbuzi lezi akekho umuntu okuchazelayo ukuthi ezigabani kodwa le ndawo mose ngiyibukisisi ibonakala njengendawo beyiplot.
We did not get any explanation when we inquired about those goats and sheep, but that place, according to my observations, it looks like a plot.
And uMduduzi betholi inyama.
Hayi ngokudla wayekhala kakhulu ngokudla into efana njengenyama ayichabe kuyimvela kancane justice.
The justice was asking whether Mduduzi was getting meat. They said no. The witness said no. That was very scarce there.
And he complained a lot about food.
Yeah, esikhathini esiningi masivakashile nathi besibona nje ngendlela umzimba wakhe bosuqala uyehla namehlo so uyawabona ukuthi ashona ngaphakathi ukuthi akasajabulanga ngoba nononi masibuza thiwa uMduduzi akathandi ukuthatha medication.
Subsequent to that, when we visited that place, we observed that he was losing weight, and when we asked Noni said that he did not like to take
his medication.
Did you ask Mduduzi why is he not taking his medication?
Uye wambuza uMduduzi ukuthi kungani yena angaphuzi imithi yakhe?
Yeah, into ayichaza ukuthi into ayiseyibona wabona ukuthi bonke sebaphuza imithi efanayo.
Yes, he responded by saying that he has observed that they were taking the same treatment, all of them.
So wayinale inkinga ukuthi ngoba asiguli ngokufana manje why sonke sesiphuza ipilisi elifanayo.
Now he had that problem that since we do not have the same condition, why are we taking the same medication?
Kangangokuthi kwafika la samthola la entanyeni kwangathi wayeboshwe ngentambo nala izandleni wayeboshwe ngeintambo sabuza ukuthi kwakwenze njani sachazela ukuthi hayi uMduduzi ubeseka aggressive ufuna ukulwa namanye ama patient.
And the other time we find that he had marks on his neck as well as on the wrist, like he looked like he was tied. And when we asked what was the problem, we were told that Mduduzi was becoming aggressive and he wanted to fight with other patients.
Right, let's move on. Then that was your second visit. How was his body look like then? Was he still a big man as you saw him previously?
Ubeseyehla kangokuthi sithe isikhathi masiya besekehle kakhulu ekugcineni saze sathola iphone call ukuthi no uMduduzi bamtransfere eJubilee eHammanskraal uyagula.
He was losing a lot of weight as we were going there, and eventually we got a phone call which informed us that Mduduzi was transferred to Jubilee Hospital. He was sick.
Okay, we're gonna go to Jubilee Hospital just now. Did you establish if Mduduzi had friends within that room that he was sleeping in?
Ngabe uye wabuza nje ukuthi ingabe unabangani kulelo gumbi la elala khona.
Okwakujabulisa ukuthi makasho naye abaningi abafowethu abebelaphi laba esuka nabo vele le eWay Valley kangokuthi wayejwayele uChristopher Mkhorana.
Most of the patients were those patients he was with at Way Valley, and Christopher, he was very closest to Christopher Mkhorane.
uChristopher Mkhorana bebashare room.
They were sharing a room with Christopher Mkhorane.
Ingani kababa uMkhorane lobe khuluma la.
Yebo, Justice.
Is it the son of Mr. Mkhorane? Yes, indeed.
Do you know that if he was in that room when the unfortunate incident of passing on of Christopher was he in that room on that day?
Into ayisho nje ukuthi kushone uChristopher and babachazela ukuthi uChristopher ushonile umndeni kaChristopher uzofika umthathe umncwabe.
What he said is that Christopher has passed on, and the relative, the family of Christopher were coming to take his body for the funeral.
Ngoba kusho ukuthi bathi babavuka ekseni bathola ukuthi uChristopher ayengavukanga.
Because when they woke up in the morning, they found that Christopher did not wake up that morning.
Did you ask him if there were any professional nurses or doctors who attended to Christopher before he passed on?
Ngabe uye wambuza ukuthi bekukhona yini abahlenga amanesi noma odokotela abaye babheka uChristopher ngaleso sikhathi.
Soloko sihamba iRiverfenye incazelo sasithola ukuthi abo doctor kahle kahle abezi because abomduduzi baba mabasichazele beyilabantu abanga engithi abaguli ngalendlela le edinga ukuthi kumele babonwe odokotela njalo njalo.
Since we were going to that area, the explanation we got there was that the doctors had not come yet because Mduduzi, their condition of illness was not that, did not require that they be seen by the doctor every day.
But did I understand you well that your brother was a roommate to Mr. Mkhorane's son who passed on?
Ngabe uzekahle ke ukuthi ke yena ke ube elala no indodana kaBaba uMkhorane lo oshonile?
Yebo, Justice.
Yes, Justice.
Was it your understanding that your brother was in the room when Mr. Mkhorane's son died?
Bebasegumbini elinye Justice.
They were in the same room.
You may proceed, Mr.
Thank you,
Skilling.
Justice. How was his how did he react when he narrated that the sadness of passing on of somebody within his room where he was?
Ubenjani ngenkathi echazela ke lokushona komuntu lo obelala naye erumini?
Ubumbona nje ukuthi akasajabulanga ngoba nesimo somzimba bososibona ukuthi asisafa njengalesa seqaleni.
You could see that he was no longer happy because you can see even the size of the body was no longer the same as previously.
Did you ask when you saw the body that his body now is getting thinner? Did you ask if his medication, he still has a medication or not?
Manje njengoba ubona ukuthi ke yena ke ube ezaca ingabe ke uye wambuza ukuthi usesenayo imithi yakhe.
Inkinga njengoba ngangishilo ukuthi wayechaza yona le ukuthi why badliswa ipilisi elifanayo ngoba unenkinga yale pilisi ukuthi why sidla ipilisi elifanayo ngoba yena makachaza unalama philisi akhe bekawazi ukuthi bekadla ephilini kanjalo njalo bewazi kanye namaphilisi wakhe.
That was the problem because when we asked him that, he would say that he have a problem with the fact that they were taking the same medication because he knew his medication, which was called epilene. So he was surprised because they were then taking the same medication.
Justice, I say it's almost.
Yes, indeed. I can see from your demeanor that you still have a long way to go.
I'll increase the pace a bit. Justice.
No, you don't have to at all. The only indication is this an appropriate time to adjourn?
Yes, Justice.
Very well, let's do that. It's 1:30, we're adjourned till 2:30.
Mara ayikho nje into engathi engangimangaza.